Hello everybody, welcome to ARU's Clearing Podcast. It's getting a little bit closer to results day now, so we thought we'd just run through what to do around results day, how to prepare and how to make the most of, clearing if you have to go into it, and other things that happen around results day. So we're going to start off with a quick sort of top tips, I'd say. We'll just go through what comes to our heads and what we think you should do. My top tip would be not to bury your head in the sand, not to try and run away from it. Obviously, it may be a bit late now if you've already booked one, but not to go on holiday.
Yeah.
A lot of people go on holiday and think, I'm just going to ignore results day. I'm just not going to be there for it. I'll get my envelope in however many days or weeks when it arrives, and then I'll face the consequences. But it's just so much easier to be prepared and to face things head on, and you can be totally in control if things do go different or if you do change your mind about what you want to do. There are so many options, and if you're in another country sunning yourself, you're not going to be able to be proactive about it. And so that's my top tip, is to definitely be present and be around if you can.
See, I was the opposite. I was awake from like 5 a.m.
Because
my results came by email.
Okay.
So they pinged through. I can't remember what time they came. I think they told us it was going to be 8 and they actually came through at 7:30.
Wow.
So I just saw it ping through and I was like, oh my God. Opened it, saw I'd got my results that I needed, ran into my mum's bedroom, launched myself onto her bed, and I was like, Mum, wake up. I was like, I got my results. And then we both sat and cried on the bed for like half an hour.
That's a nice story.
We were both like properly sobbing.
Yes, maybe things have changed because obviously I'm an old person now. But when I did it, you could log on to UCAS and check to see if you got in, but UCAS always froze. So all morning long, I was trying to log in and see if I'd got into Anglia Ruskin. I could not for the life of me get in. And I was absolutely heartbroken because my friend, who we actually came to university together, she stayed over the night before. We had a sleepover and she'd managed to log in, and it was just my luck that I couldn't log in. And she'd logged in, she's like, I'm going to Anglia Ruskin, I've got my place confirmed. And then then I had to go to university, to school even, to see if I'd got my results. But then you still don't get confirmation that you got in. There's always that fear. I don't know why I would think that they'd reject me, even though I got my results. But I was just irrational and thinking I probably still haven't got it. So I had to wait for that letter to arrive, which came in the post at like 10 o'clock. But everything just went wrong for me that day. But I knew by 10, but it wasn't as early as everybody else knew. So I was stressing out.
See, my UCAS email came before my results. So it said, your first choice has been confirmed. But I didn't know what results I'd got. So I was like, I'm in, but I don't know whether to be happy or not.
Yeah, because obviously your results are actually more important than getting in some respects, because you want to know all that hard work, did it pay off? You could still get into university and actually you might not have got the grades you wanted, but you want to know those results. So it is good to actually check your results and be proud of yourself for getting whatever you achieve. I think it's...
And I think even for one of my exams, I came out with a C, but then when I looked at the actual exam breakdown, I had one that was an A, one that was an E. But like, to get an A, I was so happy. But then you kind of see the C and you think, oh, okay.
Yes.
But you've actually, there's always a positive in there of your hard work has really paid off.
Yeah. Yeah, and in your case, thank goodness you got that A, because it pulled up the E. So
yeah, exactly.
That really helped.
Yeah.
Yes. So we've obviously touched a little bit on potentially the concept of clearing. We've talked about clearing obviously quite a bit.
Yeah.
If someone has to go into clearing during this time, I think the key thing to remember is it's not a negative.
Yeah.
And it's not something to beat yourself up about. I think people do beat themselves up because they think that they failed in some way, when actually it's just your plans have changed. And I think that's a really good way to just keep telling yourself that your plans are changing, and as long as you're proactive in that beginning part, whether it's the day before or today or 2 weeks before, you can sit down and think about where you want to go and what options you have,
Yeah.
I think that can really help.
I think the key thing when it comes to clearing is like you go into school, you get your envelope, you open it. If it's not what you wanted, you probably have a little cry.
Yeah.
And then once you've kind of got through the emotional state of it, sometimes there can be quite a lot of pressure from like your teachers or your parents or whoever else, your friends, because they've got in and you haven't got in.
Yes.
So I think it can be really tough.
Yeah.
It's a really hard experience, but I think you've got to remember that you're still in control.
Yeah.
You can still decide what you want to do. You don't need to just ring one place and think, oh, right, they've let me in, so I have to go there.
Yeah.
That's not the case. You can ring round as many as you want,
Yeah.
which is great because you can just find out where will take you, where won't take you, and then you can properly have a think about your options. You still have time to take, I think the common thing is, when you end up in clearing, you think, right, I want to be out of it as soon as possible.
Yeah.
So I need to make a decision now. Whereas
Panic decision.
you don't need to. You don't need to rush. You've still got time, plenty of time to actually make a decision that's going to be right for you.
Yeah, because really and truly, it's not portrayed to students in this way, but they should think of it in this way. They're now the one in the driving seat.
Yeah.
They actually can have, they can go from university to university and find out where's going to take them. They might end up in a university far beyond what they thought they could achieve. And they might end up in a university that's way more convenient for them or actually has a placement year and that's going to help them get the work experience that they need. So to have that power.
Yeah. Weirdly, one of my friends, she had to go through clearing because she didn't get the grades for where she wanted to go. So she applied for somewhere else who actually had higher grades than the one that rejected her, and she got in. So she actually ended up at a better university through clearing.
Yeah, the power's totally in the student's
great.
hand.
Yeah.
And I think that's just one of many reasons why you shouldn't think of clearing as this horrible negative thing that you've got to get yourself out of as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
Because I know UCAS has like clearing on their website. So if you're applying through UCAS, you can log in and see if things are open for clearing, can't you, or something? And from there you can help make your decisions. You can ring up a university that you might have already had an offer from and decline it, and just keep working your way through. It's totally doable. And as you've experienced, you applied quite late in that clearing cycle. It wasn't on results day, was it?
No,
it was quite
it's like 2 weeks after.
So 2 weeks after results day, and places still were offering places to students. So it's not unheard of.
Yeah.
Definitely no need to panic.
No.
Stay calm.
Yeah.
Think about your options and talk about it.
Yeah.
Because I think a lot of people see it as an embarrassment or they're worried they're going to get that pressure from parents or teachers and things. But if you have someone that you can talk about it with and have a proper discussion, make a list, pros and cons, all that stuff.
Yeah.
That's really going to help you make an informed decision.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
do it calmly.
Yeah. I think my top thing for results day is to plan something nice for like the evening.
Yeah.
Because lunchtime, it's a bit risky because if you do have to go into clearing, you might still be figuring out your options. Plan something nice for tea. It's always a good option.
Yeah.
There's always going to be, you've got to celebrate all that hard work that you've put in.
Yeah.
And it's always nice to kind of end the day on a positive.
Yeah, that's a really nice idea. Because by that point, the likelihood is you're going to have sorted something out.
Yeah.
Even if you've just made some applications to universities and you've done it online and you're waiting to hear back, you've made those first steps towards that journey. It's gonna happen. Yeah. It's not gonna all suddenly just fall apart and you're gonna be, homeless and jobless for the rest of your life. Something will happen and it'll be fine. It'll all be under control before you know it. So, try and make a celebration out of it where you can, I think. I did want to go back to something. I think it was one of your tips when you were talking about the clearing centre, that when you worked in it, and you said not to get your mum or dad to call for you. Why do you think so many people do get their mum and dad to call?
I think there's kind of two things. Sometimes people get their mum and dad to call because they're in such a panic that all the spaces will run out, so they get every single family member ringing a different university. And they're just so panicked that all the spaces will go that they're like, right, everyone on the phone.
Wow.
And it turns into a bit of a military operation between kind of who's calling which university. But in reality, that's not really a very sensible thing to do because they can never make you an offer unless they speak to the student.
Yeah.
And then I think the other kind of bucket of students are people that feel really shy. They might be embarrassed. I know we had a couple of people who rang when I was in the clearing centre last year to say my son or daughter has collected their results and now they've had to go to work. So try just not to plan anything for the day, because then he was trying to ring for her whilst she was going to work.
Yeah.
And you just think, how can you even concentrate on work while there's so many other things going on?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And like I've said before, if phone calls are really not your thing, we do have the online apply, which all you have to do is go to aru.ac.uk/clearing, and you can find the course you want to do, and you can apply. I think it's up to 3, maybe more.
Wow.
And you can apply to different courses. And from there, you do have to wait some time for an accept or reject, but it's not as instant as a phone call, which you said is instant. But it's still, if you've got to go to work or you've got to do something, or you are in a different country and you don't want to rack up that phone bill, then
it's a great way to do it.
Do it, yeah, why not? And you can, if you really want to be proactive, you can do it before. The university won't be able to provide you with an accept, obviously, if you haven't got your results yet, so we'll still need to wait for those results. But if it gives you that, confidence that maybe you've got another plan, or even if you do it because you completely changed your mind and you want to be one step ahead of everyone else, because there's no point ringing on results day when the applications for clearing have been open since July the 1st. If you ring on results day, it just means that the courses you want to get on are going to be, places are fewer. So if you know you've changed your mind now, apply now. Why not? Is there anything else that you would say preparing for results day?
No, I think just keep calm the night before, have a bath, try and relax. Try and get a good night's sleep, as hard as it is. Just have people around you, whether you have a sleepover like you did, or make sure your family are there, just to give you that little bit of reassurance, take your mind off it.
And I definitely think talking about everything, even if you think you're driving your mum up the wall, just keep talking it over, because you're just voicing your concerns, and then you never know. Say if you had voiced your concerns a bit sooner about education, you might have found HR a bit quicker, but everything works out in the end anyway. So it'll be fine. So good luck everybody on your results.
Good luck.
I think that's probably the best thing we can say now. And just don't worry and make a plan, and you'll be fine. Good luck.
As if it was as easy as that.
It'll all be fine. Well, good luck. And I think that's probably goodbye from Emma and I now. We won't be doing any more podcasts. So enjoy everything that comes after results day. And remember, if you do need clearing, go to aru.ac.uk/clearing. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye-bye.